Ciú Cathaoirleach, and I'd like to support Senator O'Brien in relation to a call to ask Minister Shatter to come into the House to debate the appalling state of morale in the Gardaí, and also Ciú Cathaoirleach, and I'd like to support Senator O'Brien in relation to a call to ask Minister Shatter to come into the House to debate the appalling state of morale in the Gardaí, and also the issue of the frontline services providers in our emergency crews, in the ambulance and the fire brigade, the Gardaí, the paramedics, the nurses and doctors. And what we see last night is only the tip of the iceberg in relation to what is coming down the line, because what the government have failed to realise is you cannot renegotiate Croke Park until you tackle the mortgage issue. Because when you start cutting the pay of Gardaí, nurses and paramedics, their ability to pay mortgages just decreases. They're stretched to the limit, and like a lot of people around the country, 30% of mortgages have either been restructured or in arrears. And now what the government are trying to do by cutting their pay and changing their terms and conditions of employment is that they are going to force Gardaí, nurses, doctors, paramedics, ambulance drivers and the fire brigade service to default on their loans because the government are cutting their pay. And if the government had put in place a structure whereby people who are in mortgage difficulty would be able to extend the term of their loan, renegotiate it, then maybe they could tackle Croke Park. But without having tackled the mortgage crisis, they cannot turn around now and start renegotiating Croke Park, because all they would do is create thousands and thousands of more people who are no longer able to pay their mortgages. And we do not want to have a situation where Gardaí find themselves in a situation where they can't pay their mortgage any longer. And it goes back to the root of the problem. I said it before and I'll quote him again. President Clinton told the government over 12 months ago, you have to tackle your mortgage issue. It is the root cause of all our problems. It's the cause in the decrease in spending in the private sector. It's the cause of the problems in relation to renegotiating Croke Park. It's the cause of so many of our problems, and yet the government are, and I've heard senators opposite asking the banks to do something. The banks will do nothing other than create profit for themselves and their shareholders. It's the government's responsibility to make the banks negotiate with people, to put in place legislation and structures that they have to do it, so that people can actually go out and spend money in the economy, that they can put fuel in their oil tank, that they can pay their mortgage, and they can put food on the table. And yet we see activity by the government, yet no action. Thank you.
Senator Paul Cox.